Recap/introduction. No spoilers. A 20-year-old university student stays late to finish a project, expecting nothing worse than an empty campus and a quiet walk home. But when she sees a clown-masked man dressed like a soldier watching her from the shadows, she realizes she's not alone. The rules of normal life stop making sense as he begins to follow, then chase, pushing her into locked buildings, silent corridors, and places students never talk about. The deeper she runs, the more she suspects he knows the campus better than she does, and that he planned this night long before she did. Chapter 1. The Last Light in the Library. I didn't plan to stay late. It just happened the way it always happens in college. One more paragraph, one more citation, one more quick edit. By the time I saved my work, the university library was almost empty, quiet enough that the sound of my own breathing felt rude. Outside, the campus looked clean and calm, like it was pretending nothing bad had ever happened there. The sidewalks were washed pale by streetlights. The trees moved in a slow wind, and dry leaves scratched the ground like nails. I texted my roommate, "Leaving now." No reply. She was probably asleep. I adjusted my backpack and started toward the parking lot. My keys were already between my fingers, the way my mom taught me, just in case. Halfway down the main walkway, I noticed the streetlight ahead was flickering. It blinked like a tired eye. Every time it dimmed, the shadows swallowed the path. Every time it brightened again, the world snapped back into place. That's when I saw him. Man stood under the broken light, too still to be normal. He wore soldier clothes, the kind you'd see in an old photo or a surplus store. His face was a clown mask, white and stiff, with a painted smile that didn't match the dead way he held his head. I stopped walking without meaning to. My body decided before my brain did. He didn't wave. He didn't call out. He just watched me. I told myself it was a prank. A student. A dare. Something stupid for social media. Then the light blinked again, and when it came back, he was closer. Chapter 2. Footsteps that don't stop. I turned and walked the other way, forcing myself not to run. Running makes it real. Running says you're preyed on. My phone felt slippery in my hand. I opened the campus safety app, the one we all downloaded and forgot about. My thumb hovered over the emergency button. Behind me, I heard a step. Then another. Not fast. Not loud. Just steady, like someone marching. I glanced into the dark glass of a classroom window and saw a reflection. The clown mask floating above the soldier uniform, moving behind me at the exact speed I was walking. Cold pressure filled my chest. I changed direction, cutting across the lawn toward the parking lot. The grass was damp, and my shoes sank slightly with every step. The footsteps followed, now closer, more sure of themselves. My car was at the far edge of the lot, where the lights didn't reach well. I hated myself for parking there, but I'd been late this morning and took the first open spot. I dug for my key fob, fingers clumsy. The lot was silent except for the wind. Click. Click. Nothing. I hit the button again. The car lights flashed, and in that brief strobe of brightness, I saw him at the edge of the lot. Not running. Not hurrying. Just coming. I yanked the driver door handle that locked. My stomach dropped. I must have hit the wrong button. I mashed the unlock again, and the car beeped. The moment I got the door open, something hit it from the outside, slamming it shut so hard the frame shook. I stumbled back, and I finally ran, sprinted toward the nearest building, lungs burning, backpack bouncing like it wanted to drag me down. Behind me, I heard the shift in his steps. He wasn't walking anymore, he was chasing. Chapter 3. The Building That Should Have Been Safe. I threw myself through the glass doors of the science building. The lobby lights were dimmed for the night, but they were on. The air inside smelled like cleaning supplies and old carpet. I locked the doors with shaking hands. My chest heaved. My throat felt raw. For a few seconds, everything went quiet. Then a soft tap came from the glass. Tap. Tapped. I turned my head slowly. The clown mask stared through the door, inches away from the glass. The painted smile looked wider up close, like it was stretching. His head tilted, slow and curious, like he was studying an animal in a cage. He raised his hand and pressed his palm to the door. The doors shuddered once, not from force, but like he had tested them and decided he didn't need to rush. My phone showed one bar. I hit call on campus security anyway. T rang. And rang. Voicemail. I didn't leave a message. I couldn't breathe well enough to speak. A dull thud sounded somewhere deeper in the building. I froze. The doors were still locked. He was still outside, so what made that sound? Another thud. Closer. Like a heavy boot on tile, I backed away from the lobby, eyes darting. There was a side hallway leading to classrooms and labs. I moved into it, quiet as I could manage. The lights above buzzed. One of them flickered, and my heart tried to climb out of my throat. I heard the lobby doors rattle. Then, from the stairwell ahead of me, came the slow scrape of a door opening. He wasn't supposed to be inside. My mind tried to make excuses. Another entrance. A second person. A misunderstanding. But then the clown mask appeared at the far end of the hallway, framed by the stairwell door, soldier clothes hanging off a broad body, stepped forward and shut the stairwell door behind him with a careful click, like he didn't want to waste the sound. I ran. Chapter 4. Down where no one hears you. I sprinted through a lab corridor and shoved into a maintenance room, nearly tripping over a mop bucket. Pipes lined the wall. Old tools hung from hooks. A warning sign said authorized personnel only. My hands shook so hard I could barely hold my phone. I tried calling 911. The call failed. No service. Of course. The room had no windows. Only one door. I locked it and pressed my back against it, listening. For a moment, there was only my breathing. Then the hallway outside creaked. A slow, dragging sound followed, like someone pulling something metal across the floor. My eyes found a floor hatch near the back of the room. It was half hidden under a tarp. I grabbed the edge and lifted. Cold air rose from below, smelling like wet concrete. A service tunnel. I didn't want to go down there. Every scary story starts with someone going down into a place they shouldn't. But I could hear him outside the door now, close enough that I imagined the clown mask inches from the wood. The handle turned once, gently, like a polite knock. Then again, harder. The door shook. I didn't wait for it to give. I climbed into the hatch and pulled it closed above me. Darkness swallowed me fast. My phone flashlight made a narrow cone of light that felt weak and useless. The tunnel stretched both directions, lined with cables and pipes. Water dripped somewhere, slow and steady. I picked a direction and ran, one hand brushing the wall to keep balance. My footsteps echoed, making it impossible to tell what was mine and what wasn't. Then I heard it, sound above, like the hatch being lifted. And after that, a heavy drop. He was down here with me. My breath came in sharp bursts. I kept going, faster, eyes watering. The tunnel turned and narrowed, and my shoulder clipped the wall. Behind me, something scraped along the concrete again, closer than before. Low laugh drifted through the darkness. Not loud. Not playful. Wrong. It didn't sound like fun. It sounded like someone enjoying a job. Chapter 5. The cameras that saw too much. A metal door appeared ahead, marked security access. I slammed into it and pushed. It didn't move. I fumbled along the wall until my fingers found a keycard reader. For one wild second, I thought it was hopeless. Then I remembered the lanyard in my pocket, my lab access card. I swiped it. The light turned green, and the door clicked open, fell into a narrow hallway lit by emergency bulbs. A sign pointed toward campus security. I ran like the floor was on fire. I burst into the security office and locked the door behind me. The room was dim, lit mostly by the glow of monitors. Several camera feeds showed empty halls, empty stairwells, empty doors. In the desk sat a chair, tipped over. A coffee cup lay on its side, dark liquid dried into the carpet like a stain. My stomach twisted. Hello? My voice sounded small and far away. No answer. In the monitors, one feed flickered. The view was a hallway I recognized. The one outside this office. And there he was. The scary man in soldier clothes and a clown mask stood at the far end, perfectly centered in the camera view. Like he knew where to stand to be seen. He lifted his hand and waved once. Slow, I backed away from the screens, heart punching my ribs. Something hit the office door. Not a test. Not gentle, but a full-body slam that made the frame groan. The handle jerked down. Up. Down again. I grabbed the heaviest thing I could find, a metal flashlight from the desk, and held it like a weapon, even though my arms felt like paper. Another slam. A crack spread through the door's small window. The clown mask appeared in the broken glass, close enough that I could see the scratches on it, the dirt and the painted smile. I realized then, with a sick certainty, that he had done this before. Not just stalking. Not just scaring. Practicing. And tonight, I was the assignment. Chapter 6. The open courtyard. The security office had a second exit. I saw it on a map posted by the door, a corridor leading to the central courtyard. I didn't want open space. Open space meant nowhere to hide. But the office door was about to break, and staying meant letting him decide what happened next. I ran out the back and into the corridor, the emergency lights turning the walls a sick shade of red. My shoes squeaked on the tile, loud in the empty building. Behind me, the security office door finally gave with a sharp crack, like a branch snapping in winter. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. I pushed through a final set of doors and stumbled into the courtyard. The night air hit my face. The courtyard was wide and flat, surrounded by buildings that looked black and blind. A statue stood in the center, a famous founder with an arm raised like he was warning me. Streetlight buzzed overhead. I ran across the open space, aiming for the gate that led out to the main road. My lungs felt too small. My legs were starting to shake. Behind me, the doors banged open. Boots hit the concrete. Fast, I reached the gate and yanked. It didn't open at first. A chain was looped wrong. My fingers fought the metal, slipping. The footsteps closed in, spun around, lifting the metal flashlight like it could save my life. It was there at the edge of the courtyard, soldier clothes dark against the night, clown mask bright under the streetlight. He didn't sprint now. He slowed down, like he wanted time. Like he wanted me to see him, tilted his head again, tugged the gate harder, the chain finally loosening. Siren wailed somewhere far away, or maybe it was only in my head. My phone was still in my hand, screen cracked, no signal, useless. He took one more step into the light, and the streetlight above him flickered, blinking the world on and off, like a heartbeat. I slipped through the gate and ran, the night swallowing my path, the sound of him behind me never fully fading. If you want more terrifying campus horror stories like this one, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications so you don't miss the next upload, and hit like if this story kept you on edge. Comment what you think was really happening on that campus, and share this video with a friend who loves scary stories.